Run, don't walk to close your Sephora tab. I mean it, empty the cart. Hi, I'm Junie, and the Sephora Sales event is going on right now, and you already know that because you're a beauty insider. The Sephora Sale is going on till April 14th, which is Monday, and you probably have a shopping tab open for it on your computer right now. And not to spoil this video, but I'm suggesting that you close it. Basically, I just want to remind everyone that you don't have to shop the Sephora Sale. Like, I know it's once a year. I know, but you don't have to spend your money at Sephora. You don't have to spend your money at the sale. Just because it happens once a year doesn't mean that you have to participate in it. I know that the pressure is on. I know that this is one of their few sales a year, but you just absolutely don't have to spend money on this. And guys, it is such a small discount amount. We are talking about 10%. We are talking about a 10% discount. We will get back to that 10%. We'll get back to it. But if 10% is making you buy something, you are wasting your money because you were not going to spend that money and you were going to save all of it and spend 0%. And now that 10% has influenced you into buying something that obviously you had hesitation about because you hadn't bought it yet. And now you're paying 90% of that. You weren't going to spend money and now you are. That's kind of the whole thing. That's what a sale is. It is an influence to get you to spend money. Sephora's sale is 10% off, and The Ordinary is selling eggs because nobody can afford eggs. And we'll come back to The Ordinary, but just keep that in the back of your mind. This is just not the time. Let's talk about why Sephora is so popular to begin with. And I'm sure you already know Sephora is a huge makeup and beauty retailer in the US and across the world. Actually a French company, so ooh la la, didn't know that. While a lot of people plan to shop the Beauty Inside sale from their computers and online, one of the reasons that Sephora is so popular is actually because of their omni-channel approach to business. And I know that sounds scary, but we're gonna talk about it and we're gonna break it down. So Sephora is praised for their omni-channel business practices, and that basically means that Sephora has worked to make their in-person shopping experience just as good as their online shopping experience, just as good as their on-app shopping experience, and that all three of those places where you can shop Sephora are integrated seamlessly, so if you shop in person, your points can transfer directly to your online account, as well as your iPhone being able to connect to your Beauty Insider account immediately. You can order things off your app and pick them up in stores, and that's all integrated and that's all connected pretty seamlessly. So Sephora also pushes to make each medium where you can shop for Sephora the best that medium could be. So each marketplace is optimized to be the best for that medium. In-person stores are optimized to be experiential buying locations. Gen Z loves spending on experiences more than material. But if you're a beauty materials retailer, how do you turn a material into an experience? Well, you make a whole experience out of trying the product and going to the store and testing different versions of it, spraying the perfumes, trying out the brushes, testing the swatches of all the foundations in person. Basically, Sephora has created their stores in a way that heightens and promotes the trying on and playing with of makeup, and it actually works so well that kids think that Sephora is a playground. Well, that I'm saying that funny, like in a funny way, because Sephora has been in the internet psyche recently because of the Sephora Kids who run around and test all the skincare products and spritz all the perfumes and think of Sephora as a playground. It was an element of their branding practices to encourage playing. They probably regret that now, but it is a part of what they wanted their stores to be, a playful experience. In 2015, Sephora actually introduced a concept store in San Francisco, and it was called the TIP Workshop, and that stood for Teach, Inspire, and Play, and basically their stores had a mini instructional space in the middle of them where people could go to take classes and to learn tips about makeup and encourage people to play with their makeup. In-person physical locations of Sephora also have toys in them, essentially. They have the skincare match thingies and the color match thingies, and they even have a bunch of people ready to show you different products and test different products with you, and they're really, really, really eager to do it. So Gen Z loves experiences, and Sephora understands this, as well as another brand that is super popular with Gen Z, Glossier. And I know, challenge to spend one video not talking about Glossier failed, I got it, but it's a really interesting marketing and branding case study. And Glossier does this whole experiential shopping thing really well. They have all their stores across the US have different things unique to them. They are themed to the area. They have different places where you can take photos that are specific to locations. They have different stickers at each location and different items even. And we've seen this as well with their Glossier Fleur pop-up in Paris, where it's a whole experience. It is not just going to the store to buy a perfume. It is going to the store to go through this huge, interesting building that has all these different sensory rooms and different places where you can take photos, and to ingratiate you to the perfume before you've even smelled it. That is a whole experience. That's a thing to do. And that's what Sephora is going for as well. And that's why its stores have perfume that you can try and a bunch of things that you can see for yourself and spend time testing. And in addition to their in-store experiences, Sephora's website is also optimized for research and community. Sephora optimizes their website for research, so you can compare different products that are similar, compare ingredients and what they say they're good for, and you can compare prices, and then take all of that information to their community pages, which they host on their website, rather than letting those communities develop on a Reddit or Tumblr or something. They keep all of that in-house and host the community pages there, so when somebody's talking about they just tried a new lipstick that they love, it is 2 clicks away to go and buy that lipstick. And that community building is another aspect of their brand that tightens the parasocial relationship that you have with the brand, and we'll come back to that too. The app as well is also optimized for gamified shopping experiences, and the app also makes it really easy to subscribe to a product, meaning you can get the product on a monthly or quarterly cycle, and you don't even have to go through the hassle of deciding if you want to buy that product again, because Sephora has already made that decision for you. So coming back to the exclusivity, this is a huge facet of their growth. So it is not a coincidence that Sephora's loyalty program is called the Beauty Insider Program. You are an insider in the beauty world because you know about Sephora and you shop at Sephora. The name and the vibe is meant to make the consumer, which is you, feel like you're in the know. And you belong not to a community of makeup lovers, but of makeup experts. You know all the brands and you know all the products, because Sephora has provided them for you. The Beauty Insider Sale feels even more exclusive because you're in the know. You know that Sephora doesn't have sales often. They only have a few holiday sales, and they have this sale specifically for their loyalty program. This is directly tied to your parasocial relationship with Sephora as a company, which you have because they send you a birthday gift every year, after all, don't they? In fact, your knowledge of Sephora in general is rewarded by the Beauty Insider Sale because you are a beauty insider, and you don't want to let that insider perspective go to waste. You know that this sale only happens during this time of year. You know Sephora doesn't do sales often, but you know who does do sales? The brands that Sephora sells. Yeah, on their websites. Yeah, there's a high possibility that the brand that you love is selling their product for cheaper on their website, and this just happened to me. I thought about buying the Kiehl's facial lotion. I thought about buying it from Sephora, but a tube of it was $40, and that turned me off. That was too expensive for me, for the amount of product that I would be getting. And when I went to go look on Kiehl's website, they sell a refill of that product for $70, and it's way more product per dollar. And these brands also have their own loyalty programs as well. If there's a product that you feel you need to have on hand because it influences your confidence and it makes you feel beautiful and you feel like you need it, you can probably buy that product from the brand directly and end up with a better deal. But Sephora's sale will tell you otherwise. The popularity of Sephora's Beauty Insider program suggests that people are not just a fan of the brands that they love, but they are a fan of Sephora. They are probably a fan of the imagined influencer life where someone has to be spending the $500 or $1,000 a year it takes to get to the different levels of the program, because you have to know every new product, because you're an insider, because you have a stake in the influencer marketplace. You need to know all the new products, and you need to know what's the best and what's the newest, and that's why you have to trial them, and that's why you have to go to Sephora, because Sephora has everything for you to try. The image that Sephora sells is not one of makeup expertise, but makeup knowledgeability. It is about knowing all the brands and knowing all the products, which is fine. It's okay. No one's breaking the law here. This is just their branding strategy. However, it becomes a problem when this is influencing your buying habits. You have to be honest with yourself. Are you buying these products at Sephora because that's the easiest way to get them? Or because you like the feeling of buying at a Sephora? Because you like the feeling of being a beauty insider? And are you buying this product because you love it and you need a refill of it? Or because it's the newest thing and everybody at Sephora is buying and you need to know, because you need to remain in the know? There is a whole cottage industry that you can look up on your phone right now of people telling you their picks for the Sephora sale, of what's good, what's not good, what to get, what to avoid. This insider knowledge culture that Sephora has cultivated creates this industry of people influencing each other about the sale and doing a lot of Sephora's advertising for them. And I think we should be aware of that, and I think we should critically analyze when the price of everything is going up, if we still want to be shopping at Sephora. What is so great about it? To be for real, The Ordinary is selling eggs at pre-inflation prices because no one can afford eggs right now. And 10% is not that much. And I think we get so excited about the fact that Sephora is having a sale in general because they don't do that. And we know that. But it is 10%. Guys, it's 10%. You know what Sephora has that's available all year long? A student discount. You can use that any time of year. You don't have to do it when Sephora tells you to. Individual brands might have student discounts as well. I know Kiehl's does, which comes to my pet theory that in addition to driving up general sales, that the Beauty Insider Savings event drives up Sephora collection product sales. This sale comes in April, March, after the holiday sales have cooled down and people have readjusted their budgets for the new year from January and February, and people are in the mood to spend money again. And I think that this sale drives up the sales of Sephora collection products specifically because they're 30% off, which looks like a lot because you've just committed for 10% and 30% looks great next to that. You've already decided that 10% is enough to get you to buy something because you weren't buying it then, but you're buying it now. So you've decided 10% is a good enough discount. So what does 30% look like next to that? It looks amazing. And suddenly you're thinking, oh, I could use another makeup brush. I could use another lip gloss because it's 30% off. And it's just to try it, right? Sephora collection products are fine. I'm not dogging on Sephora collection products, but they're not what people go to Sephora for. People go to Sephora for the convenience of having every brand there. Sephora products just don't have that level of clout usually. But they do make a lot of money for the company because their profit margins are much higher than with other brands because Sephora owns all the manufacturing for them. So they have an incentive to sell Sephora collection products. Everything that they're selling at 10% off looks way more expensive, and these products look so cheap to easily add to your bag at 30% off. And if you're already committing to buying one thing and to filling up your cart somewhat, you might as well grab a few more things because they're 30% off, and that's a good deal. You don't want to waste this once a year opportunity because you're an insider and you know it doesn't happen often. So why not grab a few more things while they're on sale? You know that they aren't on sale often. Impulse purchases look way more attractive when they are 3 times as discounted as what you've already committed to buying. So you add a couple to your cart and those products, they add up. And suddenly you're buying way more than you thought you were buying. And I think this is best exemplified by these BuzzFeed 2015-ish memes that I found while researching this. I feel like I went through a time machine to get these, like all the links were broken. Anyway, so what's my point? Sephora is a luxury brand. It is a luxury store, and I think that it has positioned itself in a very smart way to suggest that it is not a luxury brand or not a luxury store, but the only store, and the only store worth shopping at if you're a beauty insider. And I think it presents itself as more affordable than it is. And it has a legion of micro-influencers doing its advertising for it, especially for the sale, which is fine until it starts affecting your buying habits, which it probably will, because there are 30 million people in the Sephora loyalty program. And I get it. There is a convenience factor to getting all your products in one place. However, you are way more likely to try a new product because they have new products and they can send you trial sizes. They can send you samples. There's all these different ways that they are influencing you to buy more, and grab another Sephora collection brush or a lip liner or something because it's just a few dollars more. In these beautiful, lovely economic times, I think that we need to be aware of this and reevaluate our relationship with Sephora and its place as our go-to beauty retailer. We have accepted that a luxury makeup store is the one place to go for makeup, and I don't know if that has to be true, and I don't know if I want that to be true. So yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. My name is Junie. I have been talking on the internet lately, so if you want to hear me talk more, oh my gosh, there's an easy button you can click, and it represents peace and love and peace. So I think you should click it. I hope this was helpful, and that's it, and bye.